Coach, can you talk about how balanced you guys were on Saturday? It seemed like you guys really stuck with the run and the pass.
Yeah, we had a really good, just a really good feel for what Tulane was doing. I know I say this a lot, and the kids actually made fun of me Saturday morning for saying it, but I said, guys, I held up the game plan sheet and said, this is a great plan. I mean, this is one of the best ones of the year. And they all kind of giggled, because I say that a lot, but I just told them Saturday before the game, I said, hey, if we'll just execute this plan, we'll be fine. Tulane ran a lot of man coverage, and in years past, I felt like we didn't have a lot of good man answers, and I knew we had a lot of good man answers this year. And so I just felt really, really good about the plan and just emphasized that to them on Saturday morning. And obviously, we went out there and executed unbelievable. We had guys making plays. We had guys making people miss. We had guys winning one-on-one battles. And that was good to see. But it was just very good execution on our players' part. Our coaches did a really good job. My staff did a really good job of putting together a good plan. And those guys went out and executed it on Saturday.
About 2/3 of your offense, your offensive yards, and all of your offensive touchdowns came on the ground. Are you okay with that ratio, or would you rather be closer to 50-50?
The only ratio I'm worried about is the W. As long as we get the W, I don't care how we do it. And that's another thing I stress to our guys all the time is our job is to have one more point than they got. And but I was very, very proud to see what we were able to do on the ground. Anytime you can run the football and take that off your quarterback, just having to throw it every down is really good. And that's why we continue to try to just establish a good run game every game we've played in. We've tried to establish a good run game early in the game.
How was the pace? You talked about that before, and sometimes when you have 3 and outs, it affects how quickly you can operate.
Right after the first 3 series, we open up the game with a really good play, 9 yards, and then we take a shot to Cortland, trying to get him involved early, and then we actually have a play called that later in the game was the same play that Matt ran for 60 yards and almost scored. Should have scored. He said he slowed down. I don't know. I think the guy just called him, but it was the same exact play on 3rd and 1. It was the same exact one, and so we just didn't. That was one play where we did not execute, and then we got backed up on the 1-yard line and tried to get it out of there. They just kind of had us right there, and really. I credit this win as a big team win. I mean, as the offense kind of puttered, first 2 drives, we were able to get a little bit of momentum from a block kick and an unbelievable job by Coach Riley and the special team staff and Coach Gunn getting a great play right there and getting us going. Once that happened, I felt like our offense had a little confidence, and we were able to go score 2 drives in a row, I believe, after that. But yeah, I really do think it was a really good team win. Offense played good, defense played good, special teams played good, and that's kind of really the only time all year that's happened.
How did the offensive line grade out?
They did really, really well. Yeah. Obviously when you run the ball for 325 yards or whatever it was, those guys did a really good job. Still some errors up front. Again, like the 3rd down, the very first 3rd down, and it was going to go a long ways, but they did a really good job again this week.
What led to Chauncey Briggs going to guard, and is that a move you're going to stay with?
We're going to see how they practice. Braylon missed a day of practice last week, and Chauncey was in there and did a good job, and it's just something, if you don't practice, you're not going to play. It's just what we got to do. Next guy's got to get next guy up kind of mentality. And Braylon was a little banged up after the last game. Wasn't able to practice a couple of days, and so we just went with Chauncey.
Has he ever played guard before? What did you think of his performance?
No, he's never played guard, but we're really banged up front right now, and just trying to find some guys that can help us with some athleticism. We felt like Chauncey could be that guy. He did good, but just the thing is, when you go from a tackle to a guard spot, again, I don't pretend to know because I didn't play offensive line, but when you go from tackle to guard, there's a lot of small, intricate details of playing that position that are different from tackle. And that's something Coach Fry's talked about a lot. It's just a little bit different things that you got to do when you're on the inside instead of on the outside out there that he's got to work on if he's going to continue to play guard. But again, we're just trying to fill some holes right now and make sure we got some guys with some that can play up front, with some athleticism.
Xavier Jones goes over 100 yards, breaks the freshman rushing touchdown record. What are the biggest improvements you've seen in him since the start of the year, and has he exceeded your expectations at all?
Yes, he definitely has. We're really thankful we have him and Braden. But Xavier, he's took his coaching. He's done a really good job of that. Coach Mathis has been hard on those guys, and he's done a really good job of taking his coaching. Anytime Coach Mathis has worked with him on certain things, but he's kind of bought in a little bit more. I don't want to say bought in because he was always bought in, but he's started to study it more, I feel like, and started to take more of an ownership in it. But you just saw him make plays tonight, and that's his God-given ability. Anytime you can just make a guy make a cut, stop on a dime, make a cut, get a little wiggle in there, make a guy miss. But been very proud of him and Braden as they've progressed this year.
You guys have talked about wanting to run the ball and being a run-based offense all along. Now, when you're talking about the game plan and being able to run for as many yards as you did, were you going to run it hell or high water, or that just kind of how it went based on what you saw out there?
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to establish the run early in games always, and anytime you can get the run game going, that opens up different things in the pass game. We just kept running it because we had really good calls, and those calls were working. And so anytime something's working, you're an idiot if you get away from it. So just if something's working, keep running it. There's no need to try something else. And so that's kind of the approach we took to it.
Coach Morris, you talked about how you were talking to Matt and saying you just managed the game. It was part of the game plan just to get him some quick, simple reads like that to get him going and build up a little confidence and momentum there. Yeah,
absolutely. We had some, again, early in the game, we had some really easy throws for him. And he did a really good job on the second series of the game on third down, just throwing it away. That was the best play he could have made, and just lived the play. We always say reserve the right to kick, and that's what he did. And there was nobody open, so he threw it away, and that was the best decision he could have made. But two, I don't know if if this had anything to do with it, but I went upstairs this week and just kind of got away from it all and was able to just when Matt came off, just put a headset on and just talk to me, and let's just make sure we're all me and him's on the same page, and what I'm seeing, what he's seeing, and I think that was really good for him, just to kind of go sit down on the bench, put a headset on, not talk to anybody else, just talk to me, and when I was done with him, then he could take his headset off and go talk. But I think that was good for him, just to kind of get away from it just for a second, just put earphones on and just listen. So,
Coach Morris was talking about Temple holding Memphis to 12 points. You guys put up 40 on Temple. Is it too narrow-minded to use one opponent as a comparison when getting your team ready?
I think sometimes you do that, but this game, man, anybody can win on any given day, in my opinion. And you talk about going on the road. Going on the road's hard. It's hard to go on the road and win. It's hard to win, period. But if you go on the road and get a win on the road, that's huge. And we had Temple here at our place, and Memphis had to go up there to Temple. And so, and Temple was a very good defense. They do a lot of good stuff. Coach Snow up there does a really good job with what they got and using their players in certain situations, and their blitz package is unbelievable. I don't know exactly what Temple did to them on defense. On defense, I don't watch that side of the ball, but was able to catch a little bit of it in the hotel. But sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't. But I don't think in this case you're going to use that. This game for us is more about, we sent our seniors off on senior night at home with a win. There's one more game to be had, and we got to go up to Memphis and get a win on the road against a team that was ranked as high as 13 in the country this year. It's going to be a big challenge for us, and we got to just focus again. But every week's just focusing on us. We just got to focus on SMU. don't let SMU beat SMU. We got to have a good practice today. We had a really bad one last Tuesday, and so we can't have that. We got to practice good today, and our kids have to prepare with a purpose and go get expected to go up to Memphis and get a win.
You have to focus on yourselves, but what are the biggest challenges the Temple or the Memphis defense presents for you this week?
You know, they do a lot of stuff. They're very multiple in their defenses. They have a lot of different. They have a couple different fronts. And two, one of the things that I think is going to be very tough for us is just, you know, with a couple guys out with some targeting penalties early in the first half, is just how they're going to play us. How are they going to play us with their number 34, with their dog position they call it? I think is, you know, what are they going to do? You know, how are they going to play that? And I think the biggest thing for us is just knowing, trying to figure out a couple different scenarios where they can play with that guy out and what they could do. You know, let's just see what, you know, get to the game and see what they're doing early in the game and then make our adjustments from there.
What is their dog? Is he like a fourth defensive lineman, or is he a stand-up linebacker?
He's like their stand-up outside linebacker / defensive end, kind of a hybrid. I think our defense calls a Leo. We call him the Jack. I mean, there's a bunch of different names for that. You know, just depending on how you do it. So, you know, you're in what we call an Okie front. You know, with their Jack being their dog linebacker, defensive end kind of guy. So, you know, we're just got to figure out what they're going to do. If they're going to stay in that and use their backup, or they're going to get to a 4-down front. You know, we don't really know. So for the first half.